Well, thank you everyone for joining. We'll start our session in 2 minutes. Let's give some time for people to join. Yeah, thank you.
Is there everything is quiet or someone is speaking?
I,
No,
yeah, we're gonna start now.
Okay,
we
okay,
are
okay.
going to
That's
start in a minute. We'll be giving some time for people
okay.
to join.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, I think we can get started. So, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today for Unlocking Enterprise Intelligence with Fabric IQ, Foundry IQ, and Work IQ. Over the next while, we are going to walk you through where AI transformation is headed, where Microsoft's IQ platform, Microsoft's IQ platform actually means for your business, and how Quadrant is putting all this into practice for customers in real world. Now, joining me today are Pardeep and Prashant, and we are going to, Pardeep is going to open us up by setting the stage on where the journey is headed, and then Prashant will bring this into life with how we are actually architecting this for the customers. So, Pardeep and Prashant, if you would like to give your introductions quickly, and then Pardeep, you can get going.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Myself, Pradeep Singla. I'm a partner solution architect with Microsoft with the enterprise partner solution team. I'm more focused on the analytics and AI side, leading Microsoft Fabric and AI Foundry and Copilot Studio. Thank you for joining this call. Nice to meet you all. Vishan, go ahead, please.
Hi all. Welcome to the session. This is Prashant here. I'm the technical director for data and AI. I'm coming with close to 20 years of experience. Great to share all our experience with respect to IQ and our experiences and real world case studies. And looking forward to the webinar. Thank you all for joining.
And My name is Stuti Singh. I'm Partner Alliance Manager with Quadrant, and I manage all the Microsoft and customer relationships. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you as well. Please put your questions in the chat, and we have a 15-minute Q&A at the end. So, feel free to raise your questions and mute yourself and ask those questions at the end as well. Thank you so much. Pardeep, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So hope everyone can see the screen, like the frontier transformation screen. Sudhi, we are the right one, right?
But yeah, it's a blank screen. Now we are.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So as Stuti mentioned, today we're gonna learn about uh, what is frontier transformation, right? Why it is important to become a frontier transformation, and then we want to talk about what is the right approach, right? I want to answer three questions: what, why, and how to become a frontier firm. Let's first talk about what is frontier transformation. So today, um, like in today's journey, organizations moving from simply experimenting with the AI to achieve transformation at enterprise scale, right? That's the shift we called to refer as a frontier transformation. So this is not just a theoretical concept, right? We started as from ourselves, from as a Microsoft. We are on this journey by ourselves. Microsoft is customer zero. So, like using Copilot, agentic AI at enterprise scale across all the business, whether from sales, engineering to finance, HR, and the security operation. So we lived that life. Now we are seeing this shift happen across the market. Today, over like 90% of the Fortune 500 companies are using Microsoft Copilot and signaling that top performing organizations are moving from experimenting to embedding AI into their like day-to-day flow of work. So the goal is not to replace the people, but to provide them the tools and the technologies where they are capable of achieving and putting the power of innovation in the hand of every creator. That's what frontier transformation means. In the simple language, organization which runs on AI instead of running with AI. That's a difference between a frontier firm and a firm which is non-frontier, right? So frontier firms runs on AI. They don't run with AI. And in a more technical language, a company where human and AI agents work together as a blended workforce using the data and the intelligence to continuously optimize operation, decision making, and the customer outcome. That is the definition of a frontier firm. Now the next question is why I need to be a frontier firm, right? That's where you have to understand the 2 days your journey. Like you can relate your organization journey with this slide, right? So the most organization move through the similar stages. So progress slow as AI move close to their core processes. So most AI journeys starts with the intent, right, and the proof of concept. Those early stages are relatively easy to move through because the scope is very small and the risk is low. Teams can experiment, learn, and show quick wins. But the friction really starts when the AI moves into the production, especially when it begins to touch your day-to-day real business processes. At that point, governance, security, data quality, adoption, and operational ownership all starts to matter much more. So most of the organization we have seen that they got stuck at the POC. They are not able to bring AI into their day-to-day production environments. So so that's the main reason the Microsoft found out that, oh, the organization are not able to move further from the POC stage, and how we can help them. Can we provide them the right approach, and that how they should get the full potential of AI if they are investing in AI, how we can help them to get the real potential, right, from their investment, providing them the real ROI from their investment. So that's why it is important to become a frontier firm if you want to bring your AI investment into your day-to-day production environment. So that's the next question I answered, why to become a frontier firm, right? Uh, Another reason why to become a frontier firm, these are the some of the statistics, right? As I mentioned, AI adoption is accelerating rapidly, but few expands beyond early wins, as value doesn't scale automatically. So um, as like more and more agents are your organizations are creating, the complexity increases across, as I mentioned, across data governance, security, and operation. Adding to that complexity, according to Deloitte, right, 84% of the companies haven't redesigned jobs around their AI capabilities. And leaders already recognize skills and enablements as future responsibilities, with like 42% of the companies still feeling like they are less prepared for the AI adoptions in terms of infra, their data, their risk and talent, right? So that is the reason that we are bringing the concept of a frontier firm, that once you become a frontier firm, you you will have the idea and the way to get the full capability, and as I mentioned, like having the full potential of bringing AI into your production environment. So that's where, like, according to IDC, frontier firms dramatically outperforming than the organization who are not non-frontier, right? So uh, they are seeing like 88% of the frontier firms are seeing the strength in their top line growth, as compared to the organization, like 23% of the organization who are non-frontier. So that's what it answers your question, why it is become important to become a frontier firm. Now the next question is, any question?
Yeah, so Pardeep, I have a question. So now we know that organizations get stuck and that frontier transformations need strategic planning. Is there any real mantra or way to find out if organizations are on right path to becoming a frontier firm?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You read my mind. So as I mentioned, I talked about what is frontier firm, why it's important to become a frontier firm, right? Now
Mhm.
Microsoft came with the concept like how we can guide our customers, how to become a frontier firm, right? That's what my next slide is talking about. That to become a, you guys can see the screen, right? Okay. So, so this is the framework we have designed to become a frontier firm. So, with the um so these are the four pillars that leading organization um, uh, use to drive real business outcome. So this framework shows the journey organization go through as they adopt AI and modern data technologies. So most companies don't jumpstart to innovation directly. They typically move through these four stages. And like the first stage is the enrich the employee experience. So the first step is help your employees do their jobs better and faster. So we use AI analytics automation to remove like repetitive work and give people better access to the information. The real examples could be like co-pilot, right? We are providing the co-pilot access to your employees. Co-pilot is helping to write their emails. That co-pilot's helping to summarize their meetings. Employees finding information faster, automating their manual reports, like creating their like PPTs using the co-pilot functionality. So we have the co-pilot enabled in the whole Microsoft 365 suite, right? So that's where the enrich your employee experience matters most. First, you should make your employees capable, or help them get better understanding how AI can make their life better so that they can think about their customers, right? So at this stage, we are focused on the productivities. We want employees to spend less time searching for information and more time like doing their meaningful work. Then the second thing now comes. Now your employees are capable. Now what else? So now there you should think about how you can make your customer experience better, right? Once employees become productive, organizations start improving how they can interact with their customers. So the real example is AI powered customer support, personalized recommendation, faster response time, better customer insights, right? And so now we are using our data and AI not just internally, but to create better experience for customers. Customers get faster, more personalized service. So that is the second stage of the framework to become a frontier firm. Then the third one is reshape the business process, right? So the next step is like rethinking how works can get done across your organization. So the real example are like automating supply chains, predicting inventory needs, streamlining approvals, intelligent workflows. Instead of making individual tasks faster, now we are thinking of like redesigning entire business process. So this can save millions of dollars, significantly improve your efficiency. Then the fourth one is now once you after the third one, right, once you have changed your day-to-day business processes, right, I will give you the example of each of them so to get a better understanding. But the fourth one is once you have redesigned your business process, now this is where the organization start doing things they couldn't do before. So the real example is creating new AI powered products, launching new business model, developing like new revenue streams, bringing product to market faster. So at this stage, AI is not just helping your day-to-day business process run faster, it is also helping you to create entirely new opportunities for the growth and innovation. So the if you have to think of this whole journey, think of it as like a maturity journey. First, we help employees work smarter, then we improve customer experience, then we transform our business process. Finally, we unlock entirely new innovation and business opportunity. So each step build on the previous one, like creating a greater business impact. Hope Study, it answers your question.
It,
So
it
now,
does. Thank you.
yeah, so now let's go example by example, right? As I mentioned, for the enrich your employee experience. So let me give you the success stories. So we have the like children international exist to break the cycle of like the childhood poverty, but they realized that something was getting into the way, that too much staff time was being spent on the work that didn't require human empathy. So they made a frontier move. Let AI handle the routine so people can do what only people can do. So they rolled out like Microsoft 365 Copilot to their nearly like 500 staff. So which is like prioritizing their field teams, and begin using Copilot across tools to streamline tasks, analyze information, and which freed up their time for high valued work. So that is where the enrich employee experience help the customers, right? Now look at the second example, which is like customer engagement. So for this, we have a success story for the Alaska airline. So Alaska airline was growing fast, but their team were working across like fragmented system. As the demand scaled, it became harder for employees to show up for customer with the speed, confidence, and the personalization they expect, right? So Alaska made a frontier move. They embedded AI directly into their service workflow. So intelligence show up in the moment, like think about automating triaging, surfacing the answer, and supporting employees in real time and at the right time when customers really need help. Think about like employees through the automatically came to know that, oh, that what I should answer to the customer, what was the previous conversation. So AI is helping the employees in the real time what employee should respond back to the customer. So that is very important, right? Now let's look at the third example of the reshaping the business process. So that's where the we have a customer success story of the Levi's, right? Um, as Levi's shifted to like direct to customer, their data exploded, systems strained, and work that should take days stretched into like months or longer. Like it, which slowed their like day-to-day business decision and the innovation. So what changed? They redesigned how their workflow. They embedded AI directly into everyday like employees workflow rather than running like isolated pilots. So what was the impact? The
Abhinav.
work was go ahead, please. Okay. So the work was once estimated up to a year was completed into like in days, in months, right? Teams are moved from idea to exact ready demos in weeks, and finance work becomes stable and reliable. So that is where the reshape the business process, right? And think about like, oh, you have your CRM system, you have your supply chain system, right? You know the product inventory is decreasing. Instead of like someone is looking at this your supply chain system and finding out, oh, this product is getting the inventory is very less, and someone is like ordering manually the inventory of that product, automatically AI is taking care of that. Then now AI knows that which product is getting sold fast, and based on your business decision, AI is taking all the responsibilities and ordering that product upfront and in advance so that product inventory doesn't decrease, right? So that those are some of the business process you can think of. And the last one, which is not least, is the bend the curve, right? Now that's a stage where a collaborative approach with AI can be seen clearly with the Mercedes-Benz, right? They begin by expanding Copilot from 10,000 to 15,000 to nearly every employee. 52 teams are now building their own agents. No coding, no IT dependency. So teams can truly innovate across the entire company. So like finance team automated their invoicing themselves, saving significant times, right? So those are the innovations now you can do once you have confidence in the first three stages. So that's the whole story of the like how to become a frontier
So
firm.
Hardeep, we just saw four very different companies get real results from this frontier transformations, right? Customers now they are ready to move to AI. However, there is still a large gap, right, in actually understanding how to actually take that step, how to understand what AI can do to their everyday, day-to-day business. How would it understand the business process and business context? So, what is your say on that?
Thank you. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, it's a very important question, right? The question Stuti asked that, oh, uh, we are talking about frontier firm, how to become a frontier firm. This is the framework you followed. Customers are doing that, right? But they, the real point where they're struggling, how they can trust AI, that AI know their day-to-day business process, right? That's where the main agenda of today's call come into picture, like the intelligence layer and the trust layer. So this is the this is where the frontier firms are getting ahead of the non-frontier AI firms. So you have to provide the context uh, of your business to your AI agents so that they can understand um, your day-to-day business vocabulary. So let me give you a very good example. Think about one. You have the you ask the question to the AI agent, give me top 100 customers. Now, what customer really means for your organization, right? If it is a sales team, it is possible that the customer means like all the active customers. For one team, it means the customer, when someone is asking AI agent customer, it could be inactive customers. So how the AI will come to know what you are asking about, whether you're asking about the active customers or the inactive customers. That's the context. You have to give that context to the AI. That's where the Microsoft build this intelligence and the trust layer. And trust layer come into the picture when, like, think about, you are creating so many AI agents and the AI agents are accessing your application's data, right? Do you have any control on that? What data they can access? That's where we have designed the trust layer too. So we can provide the security and the governance on those agents. So let's discuss like in more detail that as I mentioned, the intelligence is that understand how works get done, how your business operates, and how enterprise knowledge come together. But intelligence on its own, as I mentioned, is not enough. At scale, the trust also become the accelerators. So as you can see in this slide, right, you need to have your IQ, which you can provide to your agents, right, where they can understand your day-to-day business process. They have a unified view of your business, how your employees works day to day, what is your what is your data, where it exists, what are the different apps you have, what are your different knowledge sources, your SharePoints, your unstructured data, structured data, right? Having that understanding and providing that information to the AI agent is very important. So um, like, let me give you an example of unified view of your business process, right? What it means. Most companies have information spread across like your ERP system, CRM system, data warehouse, emails, teams, right? So so agents become far more effective when they can see a unified view, unified picture of your business instead of isolated piece of information. Similarly, like your business process, what that means, every companies has unique workflow. Like they have different workflow of employee onboarding, purchase approval, claim processing. The real value of AI comes AI comes when AI understands not only the data but also like how the work get done inside the organization. Similarly, how your employee works, right? Employees create signals every day through meetings, emails, team chat. AI agent become more helpful when they understand how team actually work and collaborate. For example, like an agent can learn that sales collaborates with the legal team before making any contract. Finance team get involved before any large purchases, right? So those things are very important to understand from the IQ perspective, right? That's where we brought Microsoft brought the Microsoft IQ. So the Microsoft IQ has the three main pillars: the work IQ, Fabric IQ, and the Foundry IQ. Let's talk. I just want to give you a little bit glimpse of what Work IQ, Fabric IQ, and Foundry IQ means. Uh, Before jumping into these three IQ, I just want to give you the real definition. The Work IQ tell the agents how people work in your organization. Fabric IQ tell the agents what happening in your business, and the Foundry IQ enables the agent to reason and take action. Eventually, the goal of the Microsoft IQ is providing the context of your business to the AI agent. Once now AI agent has the context of your day-to-day business, now AI can reply back to your questions, whether it's your conversational agents or your autonomous agents, right? Now AI agents can take the right action. And then we will dig deeper into Work IQ, Fabric IQ, and Foundry IQ. Prashant will go into deep details what really it means. But just to give you a glimpse how the Microsoft IQ is interacting and very well placed with the other Microsoft 365, Microsoft stack, right? Now you can look at the slide, right? It is Fabric IQ is very well integrated with the Fabric IQ, and Microsoft 365 is integrated with the Work IQ, and Foundry IQ is very well integrated with the Azure AI Foundry, Microsoft Foundry, and the Copilot Studio, and even the GitHub Copilot. And from the trust layer perspective, we have the Agent 365, which is providing you the trust layer governing those agents. That's hope it makes sense to you. I just want to summarize what I talked about. I talked about what is frontier firm, why it is important to become a frontier firm, and what is the right approach to become a frontier firm. And we went through the framework, right? Enrich your employee experience, make your customer engagement better, and then your day-to-day business process better. And the last one is to innovate, right? Once you achieve the first three. And to achieve all of that, the most important thing, having the intelligence layer and the trust layer on the back end. And that's where the Microsoft IQ come into the picture. Now let's dig deeper into this Microsoft IQ, what it really means, and give you some real life examples. I want to hand over to Prashant. Thank you very much. I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Please feel free to ask in the chat. Prashant, over to you, Bill.
Yep. Thank you very much, Pradeep. Hello, everyone. So I think now that we have seen how Microsoft IQ platform is transforming and helping us in terms of how we have to how we can utilize our enterprise intelligent information and correlate or stitch that with other layers of your data foundation, as well as how you can build your Copilot experiences on top of it. So we'll just go deeper into each of these experiences and see how we can actually practically implement them, and what is that use case that we are going to see from this. So as we know, the Fabric IQ is built on top of your One Lake as your foundation layer. So we have to ingest the data from various data sources and build our medallion lake house. It can be the real-time intelligence or the streaming data, the batch processing data. All the different data sources will be integrated into One Lake. And then you also have the power of One Lake governance, as well as even Purview, where you can have an end-to-end governance established on top of it. But that ontology layer is what gives you that power in terms of how you can bring that business context to this. with more clarity. So the Fabric IQ is together bringing that ontology, the graph experience, and the operational agents, everything which we can build on top of this. But Foundry IQ gives us that power in terms of integrating all these agents together, and then Work IQ allows us to just build on top of our enterprise intelligence. Foundry IQ gives this integration of all the catalog and other information in detail, right? How we can effectively handle this. So you can build your enterprise chat experiences with this data. And then we have the Fabric IQ, which will really help us in terms of how we can build those data foundation really. And also we have the Work IQ, where I can just build that M365 Copilot experiences with Teams, Outlook integration, because my data can be at multiple places. It can be the graph where I can stitch all my user experiences, who are all the users within the organization, or it can be the role-based access where the people are already navigating across all these meetings, emails, documents, LOB data. So with MCP integration, we have an agentic AI experience, A2A protocols, and the REST APIs. Everything can be integrated, and together with this power of data, when you integrate it with Fabric IQ or the one lake data that you have, and build your ontology on top of it, and have your Foundry IQ bring that chat experiences. So all this can be integrated together, and effectively it can help us to build that right agentic experiences, making our enterprise more intelligent and trustworthy. So we'll just take a look at a simple problem, right? For example, if you have a retail industry where you have to handle certain POS, e-commerce inventory, and other details, right? The data will be coming from multiple data sources, and it can be the loss of sales, or it can be some kind of information that is lost, right? So we need to have a governed solution, a single copy of data. Obviously, that's what is the unification of your data sources across all these diverse systems that can be done within Fabric. And then you can build your ontology on top of it, where you can stitch your data entities to your real world business entities. And then using Foundry IQ, you can create those agents with respect to how we can identify a stock out risk, or how we can identify a particular recommendations of the products, etc. But Work IQ can help you build all the internal enterprise level intelligent data, which is bringing more context for the AI in terms of how effectively we can provide the real-time guidance. And overall impact would be for the high availability and the margins, etc. So this is a typical architecture which we can arrive at. So you see a lot of these POS systems and the e-commerce platforms, right? The CRM systems. There are multiple ecosystem that we have where we can integrate through various types of workflows, right? It can be a data flow, it can be data pipeline, or mirroring, or shortcuts, right? We can have this end-to-end integration that is possible, so that we pull in the data into this one lake and have a unified platform, and which can be well governed, which can have, where we can have the endorsements, where we can do the data business data product enablement. But on top of it, once you build the Fabric IQ, you bring that semantic intelligence on top of the data, so that your agents can bring out the reasoning capabilities, and how we can effectively utilize all the models that we have within Foundry IQ in terms of working on top of this ontology, right, as the knowledge base. And then finally, I can integrate this particular agents, whatever I have custom built for my specific purposes, into Work IQ, and publish these agents, so that within the Microsoft M365 Copilot, I can view those agents and prompt them appropriately. This would actually reduce a lot of hallucination, and we have seen practically this improving the response consistency across various workloads that we have developed. We can build a Fabric data agent and give the same prompt. It's going to give the same response. I can build a Foundry agent. It's going to give me the same response. Either M365 Copilot also will give me the same response when you have this well-knit architecture, and all these components when they're stitched together in the right manner. And similarly, the other use case we worked with one of the aviation industry, with the baggage tracking was one of the use case that we wanted to handle with the complete data information across. So to handle the mishandled baggage and what kind of missed connections are there, which can lead to the costs and delays and customer satisfaction issues. So that's where we have this unified baggage data, the flight and IoT information, right, together into the Fabric IQ, and then Foundry will give you the information at hands-on with respect to the agentic information, and then overall impact is to identify in near real time how I can track this to the point where that particular baggage is, where it is in the trial, lost in transit, etc. Right. So those are the critical details that we can arrive at, and similar architecture, right, for aviation too, where you can integrate all these data sources and how we can use Work IQ, Fabric IQ, and Foundry IQ together, right, with this governance layer well knit across. So this allows me that lineage to understand where the data is coming from, what kind of prompts we need to give, and what are those core entities. Even the AI agents will really understand where the particular data is, and effectively that will help us to accelerate the ingestion process. So this is what Microsoft end-to-end IQ layer is really helping us in terms of understanding our enterprise data and bringing that semantic intelligence, as well as making sure we are having the AI readiness well met in terms of how our agents are going to perform in real world. And that Copilot, as you know, the T7 license comes with the Copilot today. So that is really helping us to just utilize these agents and stitch them together. If you already have built those agents, we can even plug them into your current Copilot ecosystem and then utilize them at scale.
So, Prashant, I have a quick question for you, right? As you mentioned about the work IQ,
Mhm.
um, how current is the data work
Yeah.
IQ acts on? Like for example, for the time critical work like baggage
Yes.
recovery, can it use the live data or only batch reports?
Absolutely, that's a good question, Pardeep. So, in terms of whenever we are ingesting this data, right, the
Mm,
real-time streaming data, when we are bringing it from the IoT sensors and other systems, right, which is all near real time, which is
mm,
being ingested through the event streams into event database, Event House DB, and then we have a real-time operational dashboards that we can build, which can be refreshed to a minute second. Now, that data, when I integrate or aggregate it with my batch processing data, right? That gives me the power to keep it as near real time as possible, right? So we
mm,
can definitely handle the real world, real time data with respect to how I'm building my entire IQ layer. So that is where the data foundation, once it is able to be accelerating and scalable for that real time
mm.
data, right? Obviously, the my agent and Foundry experience also will have that power. So definitely this is possible, and the baggage tracking system includes that real-time data that we have
Mm.
incorporated for the customer.
Thank you.
All right. Uh,
Thank you,
yeah.
Prashant, for giving that context and everything. So from here, I'll share what we can do next. So this is a brief about Quadrant. So overall, we come with 15 plus years of industry experience. We present across 10 plus countries and 24/7 project and support services. We are a Microsoft partner for data and AI, digital and app innovation, infrastructure, security services. Quadrant is headquartered in Redmond, Washington, and we have global presence. Now, the most important piece of the overall, webinar. So you have seen the vision, the platform, what it looks like, architected for real industries. The natural next question is, how do you actually get started? This is exactly what this offering is built for. We start with a workshop, 1 to 2 day envisioning session where we bring your business and IT teams together with our team and map your highest value business outcomes, faster decisions, reduced manual effort, and better customer experience directly into Fabric IQ, Foundry IQ, and Work IQ. Out of that, we prioritize 2 or 3 use cases based on business impact and effort, and we define clear success metrics and an ROI hypothesis for each one. What you'll walk away is a leadership ready roadmap and an investment case, and not just, a slide deck. From there, we move into proof of value, which is 3 to 6 weeks of hands-on build and validation. We stand up, Fabric IQ, Foundry IQ, and Work IQ together for one or two priority scenarios, and build an agent that reasons across the business data, enterprise knowledge, and work context in a single experience. Okay, so this is not just a synthetic demo. We can run it for real business users on live scenarios and validate it against real KPIs. Time, a lot of time is saved with this, costs and revenue impact and accuracy, adoption, all those things we can drive with this. At the end, of this POC, you have measured the business outcomes and a plan. You can straight take to again leadership. And so, in short, this workshop is gets you validated for a business case, and the proof of value gets you a proven business value. So together, this is like the fastest and lowest risk way to, from what we have talked about today into something, real, you can implement within your organization. So yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I want to add more,
yeah, please go ahead.
Smriti, on the AI discovery workshop.
Mhm.
So I just want to emphasize on it that you are not alone as an organization to find out where you have to implement AI in your day-to-day business process, right? That's
Mhm.
where the AI discovery workshop helps. Please reach out to Quadrant, and Microsoft and Quadrant both can work together. It's a 4 hour workshop. The main purpose of this workshop is to first understand, does your organization really need AI, right? Understanding your day-to-day business process and finding out your pain points, where your business uh, can become faster, where you can get the more ROI, right? And having that knowledge, understanding your business problem, only then finding out like where you should implement the AI. So that workshop is really, really great. It can be delivered virtually or in person. And we have like the real physical AI cards, which like talk about different processes which you can implement in your day-to-day system to improve your performance. So highly recommend to have that workshop before investing in AI. First, it is very important to find out the right path, and right process where you should implement AI in your organization. Thank you, Sudhi.
So, and this is a list of our upcoming webinars. If any of these interest to you, we'll be sharing the list again. But please go ahead and register yourself if you're interested in any of these topics, and I'll open the floor for Q&A.
Yeah, Raman, I think you
So,
have a question. Please go ahead. Michael, go ahead, please. I think
Okay.
Raman has the question.
Okay.
Michael?
The 4 hour workshop, would that be like we set up a time and we just go through what we have and come up with a bit of a roadmap to go on to this?
Yes.
Yep,
yes.
Cool.
yep. It is more on the as I mentioned, bringing your leadership all together in one room and figuring out like what are your business main priorities, right? And based on that, what are the business processes which can help to in those priorities, and then seeing that whether AI really makes sense to improve those processes. It's a very we have as with Quadrant and other partners, we have done it a lot and we have seen the success. So highly recommend to have that.
Okay. I'll talk to Sai.
Yep.
Sure,
Okay.
Michael.
Yeah, man.
I think Raman has a question that how are you ensuring your organization's AI initiatives are governed and secure?
Yeah, that's a good question, right? Right, that's where the trust layer come into the picture, as I mentioned about. So we have the Agent 365, which is the control plane for your AI agents. So we are making sure we have the control. What are the different agents you have? We are discovering all those agents in your system, as well as we are making sure who is the owner of those agents. What are the data it is touching? It is following all your compliance and the security policies. So that's how through the Agent 365, read about it. That is the control plane for the AI agents which you are creating, whether in the Microsoft stack, even in your third party system. So that's where we are bringing the security and the governance. Hope I answered your question, Raman.
Yeah. I think as we are
Anyone
nearing,
else has any question? Please feel free to ask.
so we have one more slide after this, Stuti. Somehow my demo got pushed to the last slide. If you can
Okay.
play, but as we take the questions, I think that's also fine. In the
Yeah,
next one.
so Raman has a question that what
Yeah,
business
please go ahead.
scenarios are best suited for Foundry IQ?
So that's a good question, right? That's where most of the people are confused that, oh, where should I use Fabric IQ? Where I should use Foundry IQ? Think about Foundry IQ providing you the is a real knowledge source of all the data existing in your system. Fabric IQ is more focused on the business process, right? Business data. But think about you have the policies policies document in your system, right? HR documents, all like compliance document, legal documents. If you want to have that knowledge source along you with your business data together, that's where the Foundry IQ come into picture. Fabric IQ is focused mainly on the business data, like your sales, supply chain, CRM data and all that. But when it is come to all overall the company data, that's where the Foundry IQ play a very big source, where you're bringing your unstructured data from your other data sources too, which are like, as I mentioned, examples of the compliant policies and all that.
Thank you, Pardeep. Any other questions, anyone? You can go to the demo. Okay, I think Prashant missed on a demo, so I'll just play it for all of you and then we can get to the closing.
You want me to take the control today, or you're good?
Good.
Yeah, I think that was how we can integrate all the three IQ experiences together with that flight data with a consistent response. But yeah, thank you very much, and sorry for that misplacement. Thank you.
No worries. So before you close out, everybody, I want to leave you with one thought. Becoming a frontier firm is not a someday initiative, right? It's a series of deliberate steps. And today you have seen a full picture. Pardeep showed us, where the journey is headed and what Microsoft IQ platform actually means for your business. And Prashant brought that to life with real architecture patterns across, different industries. And you have just seen how Quadrant's workshop and proof of value engagements can turn that into something real, fast, and low risk. If any of what you have heard today resonates with the challenges you are facing, we would love to continue the conversation. Reach out to your Quadrant or Microsoft contact, and we can talk about the workshop and what it would look like for your organization. And thank you everyone for joining us today.
Astuti,
Please feel, yeah.
Michael, sorry to cut you. Michael has a question. Please go ahead.
Michael, you're mute if you're talking. I think he's moved the hand. Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
you can
He's writing in
email
the chat. He's writing in the chat. Might be.
you can email us at mpn@quadranttechnologies.com and use the subject as webinar, so that we know that this came from the webinar and this offering is applicable for you. So please, use that as a subject and email us at mpn@quadranttechnologies.com. So I think we have, before we close out, we have one more question from Michael.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What metrics do you use to measure the success of your AI investments?
So basically, I think in our implementations, first and foremost important thing, Michael, is to get the exact response, right? With respect to no consistent response is one aspect. And the second KPI that we look out for is how governed the data is, right? To make sure that the AI governance is in place. But we also try to understand how the AI readiness is there currently and what is that score, what kind of model that we are using, and what kind of efficient utilization of the tokens is there with respect to what do you call, develop our solutions with. So net, these are the major things that we look out for. How effective is our overall implementation, as well as the models that we are leveraging and why, and whether those use cases are appropriate, or is there any kind of fine tuning that we need to do. Yeah, these are the things that we
Yeah,
look out.
I just want to add more on that. Like
Mhm.
from the Microsoft perspective, we measure AI success across like 5 dimensions, like your productivity, your business impact, your adoption, your quality, and the governance. So all
Mhm.
that matters to get the real value of your AI investment.
Absolutely. Cool. Thank you.
So any other questions before we close the session or end the event? You can unmute yourself and ask the question as well, or else put it in the chat.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Prashant.
much, everyone, for joining us. And as I mentioned, please reach out to Quadrant, and Microsoft will help. Also, you guys from the Quadrant perspective, reach out to Quadrant first, and we can help you to like achieve the success in your AI journey.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, everyone. If there are no questions, I think Peter has a
Peter has a
question.
question. Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Peter, go
Peter,
ahead,
go
please.
ahead. You can unmute yourself. Peter, you can unmute yourself and go ahead for the question.
Oh, they're not.
Or you can type your question in the chat, Peter, if it. Oh, it's
Oh,
not unmuting for him. They're saying, okay.
Yeah,
You can type your question in the chat, Peter. And even after this session, as you can see on the screen, we have the email ID. Please send your question on the email. We will be happy to answer.
absolutely.
you can just go ahead and.
Which
Which
business?
function do you think will benefit the most from enterprise intelligence?
Hmm?
All.
For the
I will say all. There is not any one business function, right? It all, that's why I mentioned, right? The discovery card workshop is important to understand where really what is the business priorities you guys have. If you want to make, if you feel like your financial department is not working, like is not like this, the speed is slow, right? That's where AI can work. You feel like your supply chain department is not progressing well. That's where the AI can add the value in the supply chain. And these IQs can work in any business function.
Absolutely. And to add to that, as a partner, we just do this envisioning sessions with the customers upfront in terms of how we can come up with that right business use cases, right? In terms of how we can make it more mature, any kind of functionality or a kind of a manual automations that we are doing, or any kind of legacy, what do you call the modernization that we need to do in terms of a standardized or unified data foundation and an AI experience. So these are all the core functionalities, right? And it varies from domain to domain that we discuss with the customer and come up with the right perspective to just integrate with the IQ layer that drives the ROI for the customers. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you, Pardeep, for answering that. And thank you, the audience, for listening to us. And, please feel free to send an email to that email ID, use the subject as webinar, and we would be happy to arrange a workshop or an envisioning session or a POV for you. So, yeah, looking forward to collaborate with all of you. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you all.
Bye, guys.